The Parque Explora is a museum that opened his doors 10 years ago. It was conceived to be built in the north of the city as a pilot. Closer to the microphone. Okay. As a pilot program of social transformation through the public appropriations on science, technology, and innovation. And one of the places with the deepest complexities in the city is a neighborhood which traditionally was the rubbish dump of the city. This situation challenged us to think our practice for a very uncommon perspective of a science center. In this short talk, I will try to share some ideas of how we deployed all our efforts and we on a very diverse scope of public, and which are the roles that we played with every actor in the expanded museum ecosystem. More than developing exhibit projects, only focus on museums, we offer a very meaningful, we offer a bunch of meaningful learning experiences that could happen everywhere, from innovative didactical tools for the school, science trucks, project with communities, conference, travel exhibition, consulting services for other institutions, among others. It's a huge step for us that brought down our barriers and allow us to find our own way towards an environmental, social, and economic sustainability. I thought it may seem so diverse, but all these projects share the same idea, or share the same basic structure: what, who, and how. Relevant and contextualized content full of meaning. Challenging and inspiring spaces focus on the needs of our public. And dialogic mediation focus on based on conversation. We have as many kinds of public as differentiated strategy developed with them. In that order, we recognized and work with a very diverse scope of public. And our challenge is trying to understand and feel the real nature of their needs. We need to make our audiences not feel like visitors, but residents in a place which is not home, work, or school. It's that place for a creative leisure. We must become that space. We must become that space that is regularly attended in our city, especially when we are not a big tourist destination. Going to the museum should not be an eventual experience. It should be a regular practice for the citizens through programs that make them feel at that third place. The museum has much to offer, from their practice and methodologies to the traditional educational system, which in the past 100 years doesn't change too much in our country. Good project-based learning, where the error is valid. Good practices, displaying process and results. Collaborative learning, talent-integrated knowledge, learning at any place, at any time. We must take advantage of this historic moment and make this happen in the classroom. We don't want to be an UFO landed in the neighborhood. We must become, but we must become an agent of transformation, a catalyst of change of the neighboring communities, but always living in the territory installed capacity, in the people to to self-management management process. And that only can be achieved out of our worlds. Be with them in their territory, and above all, listening. Okay. A city has educational needs far beyond of those schools that or academy can offer. Forming citizens is also an essential part of the state. In this case, the museum plays an important role to offer alternatives aligned with the purpose and the relevance. Health campaigns, food security, road safety, development of civic skills, social innovation process, environmental management process, all based on long-term learning. In this talk, it's taking an active part in the construction of the city we want. For the private sector, okay, just visiting them to ask money is a strategy that is difficult to maintain over time. To build a last-win relationship, we must balance the load of need. Connected mission and vision, mutual benefit in a mutual benefit relationship. We have to become and make them see us as a best place for development of their social responsibility. Sorry. If we want to develop the best projects, we need to have the best team. How we can attract them and keep them if we cannot offer as much money as they deserve, offering him what others cannot. The opportunity to be the protagonist in the deep transformation of the city. Visibility, empowerment, and relevance extended to the entire organization. To offer more than a place to hold their meetings, we must become a dynamizer of their practices, be a platform of their initiative, and build with them a lasting relationship of trust. After all, they are great validators of our work. Build together strong relationships among us. Be more in a scenario like this, sharing lessons learned that enrich our work. Not only foresee our ways to do the things and recognize ourselves in success and failures, but also to remind ourselves that we are not alone in that way, and we are concerned about the same thing. And finally, the time for navel gazing is over. We must open our ears and listen, see what is happening outside, and try to understand the needs of those communities that give us meaning, and try to play together the right role as an active actor in the collective construction of the tomorrow that we want. Okay, that's it. Thank you.